Alright everyone, welcome back. Frodo Racing here, and we're in France. I've actually been to France. Pretty cool place. A lot of cool food, and definitely some really cool sights when you get into the deep area of Paris. Definitely some pretty cool architecture there throughout the subways and all that. So, definitely cool city. But we are here, and we are going to be racing here at the France Grand Prix. So let's take a look at what we got going on. So we had a really good practice session and everything. Luckily it looks like the race should be dry. Just some clouds going to be coming in. But we have to qualify in the rain. So I'm not sure about if that's going to work. But we're going to get in there and see what we can do. Because we obviously need a fast setup for this track. With how many straights it has. But we also need to be able to qualify well. So let's see what we can do. Alright guys, so here we are in the garage. Let's take a look at our setup. We know we want increased speed. In fact, we actually want maximum speed, if we're going to tell you the truth. But we've got a lot of range, so we're going to try a balanced setup for this particular qualifying session. And then we should be able to switch back to maximum speed setup for the race. So that's going to be interesting to see how that works for us here in qualifying. But if you haven't already done so, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. That helps the channel out and the team as well, and we will see you guys out on the track here.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top three today: Sainz, Leclerc and Daniel Ricciardo. Goodbye for now then, but we're really just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Alright guys, so definitely not the qualifying result I wanted, but Nick DeVries able to do a pretty good job up there. Lap time's definitely very slow. We did have a pretty tight battle there at the end between Carlos Sainz, Charles Leclerc and Daniel Ricciardo for the top three spots there. I remember you, buddy. But anyways, hit ourselves a nice giant puddle that sent us into a hydroplane, and that ended up costing us about a 16th starting place position. So yeah, we got to get to the race and get our setup redone and hopefully have a good race at Paul Ricard here.
Hello and welcome to the Circuit Paul Ricard, current home of the French Grand Prix, an event dating all the way back to 1906. It's been held at many venues over the years, with famous moments from Dijon and Manicourt the feature of many a highlights reel. And let's hope we see more of those in the race today. The Circuit Paul Ricard then, a 3.6 mile track, 25 miles east of Marseille. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, with the main overtaking chance expected going into turn 8. Top speeds today should be around 205 miles per hour. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. An immense lap from Carlos Sainz yesterday puts him in pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Ricciardo, Bottas, Max Verstappen and Ocon, Gasly, Hamilton, Matsushita and Lando Norris, Perez, De Vries, Lance Stroll and Albon, Kvyat, Magnussen, Romain Grosjean and Nicholas Latifi, Correa, Giovinazzi, the Rainmaster and George Russell ends our grid lineup. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Alright guys, so taking a look at strategy and setup. I'm definitely liking the idea here. Well, Hods look like they would do a pretty good job, but I just don't like how they, it's just they don't quite wear it correctly. So I'm gonna go with the normal mediums. I think that's gonna work out pretty good. Let's see here. We can definitely take a fuel reduction here. Right about there. That should be good. That's gonna give us a little bit of projected time. Not that much. And then we're going to be going with the increased top speed. I was going to go with maximum top speed, but I want a little bit of the downforce. And so we're going to go with the increased top speed, as I think that should work for us pretty good at this particular circuit. So we got that set up. Let's go ahead and exit here. And guys, let's go do something better than being back here, please. That's mostly on me, I know, but we've got to get this fixed. Luckily, we're not the only guy back here. We got George... I forget what his name is now. George Russell. There we go. He's back here with us too. So, let's get into the race and see what us and Nick DeVries can do here. Yeah, so here we go. Starting off on the easy peasy fuel ratio. Go nice and easy into this turn here because it gets pretty crazy. Gotta cut it there just a little bit. One thing also with the qualifying in the rain, you cannot see this track at all. There's no possibility of seeing where you're going. I knew there was someone to my outside there. Hello there. But there was no possibility at all of seeing where you were going here. There we go. Where is he? And then you pass. What are you doing? There you go. Let's see, I think that was Latifi trying to go in low. That did not work out for him very well. So up to 17th, not too bad with our car here. Kind of letting off on these corners just because that seems to help our car a little bit better. We can just glide for the most part. Don't want to hit anybody here though. That's going to be the biggest thing. So going to go back into savings mode here for a bit. Save up some fuel. And that should save us quite a bit of time, hopefully, here in the end, being able to use that later on. Car feels really good. I'm going to get past Magnuson here. I'm going to have to watch out for him just a little bit there. Terrible entry into the turn, not too bad though. That's my worst spot right up there, is that entry. Basically the first turn of the race, just the worst for me. Through here I'm not so good either, but usually do a lot better. But yeah, that first, what do they call that? I always call it like a, I forget the name now. I have a special name for those, but anyways. That first turn 1 and 2, the quick left and the quick white, it's just yeah, I don't not usually able to do those very well. We're actually doing quite a lot of saving here. Magnuson's kind of falling back. We are up here at P16, so moved up, doing things pretty cleanly, I must say. And that one little thing we had to hand back to Magnuson. Not totally sure what happened there for sure, but he wasn't coming up and taking his spot, so I was like, I don't know what they wanted us to do there. Alright, glide in here behind these guys. I'm really taking it easy. I'm not going full throttle on this stuff just because I don't want to catch these guys at the wrong time. So being real careful about where I'm using my throttle here. So just trying to... Ooh, we got Magnuson trying to be a nutcase for some reason. Just decided to go right up on my rear end. Shoot. Why are you doing that, man? Anyways, who we got in front of us? Albon here. Ooh, nice. Oh, that's a much better entry. Yeah, just you have to be so slow there. It's kind of a... You have to be at the right position, but then you also have to be so slow. Gotta watch... This is the other thing, too, is that I gotta watch these guys for their braking points to kind of know, hey, this is when I need to stop braking, or else I'm gonna run right into them and lose my wing. And it's like, I don't want to do that. So if we can help it, we're not gonna do that. Alright, everybody else kind of using everything, so we'll just go ahead and go back to saving here. Everybody else decided to do everything for the first DRS zone. Who do we got? We have, yeah, we have the 2 BWT cars up here fighting out. Luckily I got my brake bias exactly where I want it. So I mean, we're in the running here. We're doing pretty good. We're going to keep saving fuel for another lap here. Then we'll probably switch over to standard. I'm kind of liking where I'm at on the fuel. Alright, there we go. Got some pretty good catch up there with these guys. So that's probably my best corner, just to be able to coast it through and catch. This one's my worst exit there. I do really bad transitioning from that nice coasting corner to that one back there. It's kind of tricky for me. Everybody's slow up right here. Not sure what's going on there. Yep, got yellow. Ooh, someone in, someone. Ooh. I don't know who that was. Who was that? Someone's smoking there pretty bad. Still got a yellow through this sector. We're out of it. Carlos Sainz is out. Alrighty. So big issue for Carlos Sainz there in what I believe was one of the McLarens. So that's a big issue. I do. I'm perfectly happy with that. Perfectly happy. Do not mess with me on that. Woo! Yep. See, I was talking to him and looking at my strategy and not paying attention to what was going on in front of me. That's the thing, is I gotta pay attention to the braking zone. So, alright, there we go. So we're gonna hit standard here for a bit. We're not doing crazy well moving forward, but that's okay. Yeah, I don't want to be here. Don't want to be here. It's one of those things. It's like I can catch up to people. I cannot pass through this turn. Not a good idea whatsoever. I can catch them though. And that puts me in a really good position. Get right up on the tailpipe. And we can do a pretty good job later on. I'm going to get underneath here. Woo-wee. Saved it. Without cutting there. Hit the tire there. Hit the guy's tire. I think that was Stroll. So that ended up not being fun. So we're going to chill after that one, that's for sure. Don't want to repeat that. Kind of shaky after that one. Alright, it looks like Nick DeFries has been holding his own pretty well there, and that. Okay, that, yep, too close to warning cut. I was about to say, yep. I realized that too. It's like, oop, nope, not good. So we gotta watch the corner cutting now. Yep. Yep, thank you, sir. I saw that as well. It's very strict on this course, the corner cutting. If you just go just a hair too far, man, penalties start falling everywhere. So it is one of those things I got to be really careful about that on this particular track. So we're just running standard here. We're just we got the tire fall off happening here, so that's one thing that's going on. We got, I can estimate that Nick DeFries should be either in 10th or 11th. That's where he's at. Not the smoothest corner there. Yeah, this one's always my hardest just because I usually lose. I don't have the best entry into that turn right back there, that little horseshoe. And not here either. Yeah, tires are definitely wearing down there. Alright, don't cut this. There we go. Much better. Alright, we got a little DRS going on. Yep, been using that. Thank you. And nice and easy. Don't want to catch this guy at the wrong spot. Yep. Yeah, he's blocking us. Ooh, that's a little bit tighter than I meant it to be. We got him. No damage to either of us, amazingly. That was a lot tighter than I meant it to be, but he turned in pretty quick there. Luckily didn't spin him out, so kept things pretty professional there. He's got DRS, he's going to get back around here. There he is. And he totally messed it up. That's going to get us the spot back. Thank you, sir. We'll take that back. And we'll go to Rich here for just a bit. Ooh, we got some clouds coming in here. Could this spell rain? I didn't see rain in the forecast, so this is interesting. This is going to change the track's dynamic just a bit. We don't want to mess it. Yep, there's the penalty. Yep. It's going to happen at some point on this track. I wish we could turn penalties off, honestly. Alrighty. Yep, we're going to stay with the tire strategy and everything, so we're good on that. come to a pit road. This is a very slow pit road. I do have to say that. I've got to get these tires warmed up here, so I'm not going to be going crazy on how we race for a little bit here. So we're going to get these tires nice and warmed up. So we're 17th, got the penalty still, so obviously we didn't get that taken off. Oh, yep, see, tires are not warmed up yet. And so time penalty, that's not going to help us one iota. One of our cleanest races to date, though, so we'll take that. Could use a caution, though. That would, a safety car, actually. That would be kind of nice. That would totally change up our dynamic. Yeah, tires are just not warmed up yet at all. There we go. Teammates in the pits. Rain. Oh, I think I just... Did I see something right there? Oh, there's rain. It's raining. Oh, dearie, dear, dear. We have got rain on the track. Track's still dry for right now. This is going to totally change things right here. So how fast does this track turn to being wet? It's going to be interesting here. And who's going to be the first one to come and take rain tires if it does get wet? That's also going to be interesting. Oh boy, this is some interesting strategy at the end of the race that I was not expecting. Could work in our favor, though I rather doubt it. Grosjean here. Interesting, okay. So he went with hard test. That's going to mean he's going to be a little bit slower. So that's good information there from Jeff. Oh, getting hit from the rear by Grosjean there. Got a little speed boost. And we have got rain coming down pretty good. Luckily the track seems to be absorbing it pretty well at the moment with the heat and stuff, but yeah, when does this turn to wet and slick? Alright, so Stroll having an issue as well. So that's going to be potentially two guys with issues then. Ah. Yep. We can't keep doing that there. Doing pretty good. We're making up some positions here. We got Stroll, obviously. He's slow, so we're going to try and get past him here in a second. That's going to get us past him. Yeah, he's definitely slower. So as I said, when does this track turn wet? That's going to be the ultimate question. And I think I'm seeing water spots on the track now as well. So that is the ultimate question. So when it does, depending on how many laps are left, do I stay out while everyone else is slipping and sliding? Or does everybody else come in, get wet tires while I stay out, slipping and sliding? Just all these different things now that we got to think about is, I'm just, I might go ahead and come and get the intermediates here because it's going to get pretty slick. Yep, we got another guy coming in as well. Gonna get those intermediate tires on here because, as I said, it was getting slick there. Yeah, you can see it on the track now. We could go with just complete wets, but I'm gonna go with intermediates. Also gonna add some downforce here too. Alright, we switched to lean on the exit, that way we save some fuel, but also we're not spinning the tires quite as much. Yeah, it's getting wet. So, here we go. Intermediate tires are now on. We're going to be racing, who do we have? Carrera here. Hello, sir. Nice to see you still in the sport. Doing decent for Haas anyways. Nice to see you do a little bit better, but still, cool to see you have you back in. Alright, I'm definitely faster than he is, so we're going to try and get past him. There we go. Yeah, it's getting pretty slick out. Also, tires haven't warmed up yet, so we got that we got to do. Yeah, we've been doing great on the mileage, that's for sure. Yeah, how many other people are going to pit, though? That's still the question that I want to know. So obviously we're going to stay mostly on the lean for the rest of the race here, just so that we're not spinning those tires at the highest possible speed. We also added a little bit of downforce. Teammate, yeah, so everyone's coming in and switching, so that's going to switch everything up. Oh yeah, it's slick. So yeah, I got to rethink how I'm driving this, or else we're going to be wrecking it. So that's why, good thing we came in and got intermediates, that's for sure, but we got to rework our brain here too on how we're racing. Luckily we got the brakes where I want them, so that's good. They're still doing a really good job for the most part here. We might switch it down just a little bit to get a little bit less pressure on the fronts, as those do seem to be slipping and sliding just a tad. But yeah, as I said, we're not going to be doing... We're gonna make up some positions here, quite a few positions, back up to 15th. I certainly like that. But we gotta be real nice and easy here. And also, all those guys on wets, looks like... Dude, it's raining. I know we need points, and I can see them, but I'm not wrecking the car just to get points. I need to finish the race nice and cleanly, okay? That's what our plan is. So it looks like Stroll did not get wet tires. He got intermediate, so that means that everybody's about even. So if they'd gotten wet, that would mean that they'd probably be a lot slower. What will the leaders do? Because this is more just mid-pack guys like myself who have done this. I think I saw Nick DeFries was in the pits at some point too. Ooh, almost lost it. So, yeah, I'm not totally sure where everyone is at. Looks like we got Ricardo up in the front. I felt it going. Okay, gotta be real nice and easy here. Coasting it through that turn here is really a good idea. Looking really good for us there. Okay, we got Grosjean here. Alfa Romero. They've actually been behaving quite a lot of late. Haven't had too many issues with them, so that's been nice, but still, I definitely want to finish in front of them if I can. And we still have that time penalty too that I forgot about, so that's going to be affecting our finishing position more than likely. So that's another thing I got to look at as we continue to race here. Definitely will not be a safety car at any point at this point, and we got to watch here, because if we do that wrong on that paint, ooh boy, gotta get back on the track. Yeah, I noticed that a few laps ago that I did. So We want to get some space between us and Grosjean here if we want to finish where we are, 14th. If we can get some more positions and still finish in front of those guys, even with the penalty, I wouldn't mind that either. Let's see, we seem to be doing fairly decent, so I'm going to go to standard. We're just going to be real careful through these turns, especially right through here. Nice and easy, nice and easy. I can feel the rear trying to slip out, so... Nice for that turn, excellent job. Nice and easy through here. Woo, getting loose. Thank you, sir. Can't find my turn. And there's another penalty. Couldn't see it. An illegal time gain. Yeah. I'm not really seeing that myself, thanks, but whatever. As I said, on this track you gotta watch every minute because they will get you for anything. If you're off the track for too long, this, that, and the other, it's pretty pathetic, honestly. Yep, saw that. Thank you. Daniel Ricciardo is your winner. Not a bad race for him, that's for sure. There we go. So I finished 16th. It's not the race we wanted, but definitely better than our starting position, and we did it cleanly. So, oh, and we got driver of the day as well. So, yeah, good result, honestly.
Renault have pulled off a sublime performance to secure the top step of the podium today. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
Well, they clearly have a car that comes alive in the kind of conditions we were dealing with today. It's a very balanced package in the wet, and what that means is that the drivers have confidence to attack, and having that confidence gets you on the power earlier, it lets you brake later, and can put you a long way up the road.
Once again, it's podium time, and once again, it's a clear win for Renault. Renault have seen their fair share of success in Formula One, and today is proof that they've still got what it takes to thrill us all. Congratulations to everyone on the team. Let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. More points for Valtteri Bottas, further solidifying his lead at the top of the table. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to the Rainmaster. They fought so hard and had incredible pace at times, so I don't think anyone else did a better job today.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, Renault move up the table with another strong performance this weekend. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
Alright, I guess overall really good race. a fun race as well, so I definitely enjoyed it. So started all the way back in 21st, able to get 16th. If we hadn't gotten time penalties, could have potentially been 13th, different strategy, maybe 12th. Did a pretty good job making up time though, so I thought that was a really good race. I looked there, best time was 1:37.316 compared to Juan Manuel's, Roman Grosjean, etc. We had a fairly decent time going compared to the other guys, and we're running decently. So overall, I thought we had a pretty good race. But we do have Nick DeVries able to get himself up into the top 10, get us a point, and so that's definitely helpful and also great to see for the team. So that's going to be helpful. So yeah, pretty cool result. Still got a lot of work ahead of us, and definitely got to be able to figure out something with rain. Seems like our at least qualifying rain anyways. It doesn't seem like that particular strategy worked for us very well. If we had started a little bit higher up, we also might be in the top 10 at this point as well. But really, a nice, clean, competitive race. So great job by us and Nick DeVries being able to put that together. So pretty cool. Alrighty guys, so we are back here. We got the Austrian Grand Prix coming up really quickly. And so we got Aero Team Development, and we also have Team sponsorship as well. We're going to go ahead and do that, but really trying to get the ability to be able to get ourselves another sponsor. So we got number 20, so we're really going to be working on getting that put together here. We also got some other interesting news. So here's our driver market right now to give you guys a little look at what's going on. We currently have Nick DeVries. He's been doing a really good job, but we also have our eyes looking at somebody else who is coming up the pipeline. And also who just happens to be ever so slightly on the what you would call cheaper side as well. We got our eyeball on Mick Schumacher. We're looking at seeing if we can get him potentially in the end of the season. Obviously, we got a lot of talks to be able to go through with Nick DeVries and other stuff as well, but we got quite a lot on our plate, as it were. If we can get another sponsor, then obviously Nick DeVries will probably be the best bang for our buck. But we're still going to be kind of waiting to see what ends up happening here as we continue to look at stuff. So, taking a look at our resource points, we actually have some pretty good ones to be able to work with. So let's go ahead and get into that. So let's take a look at what we can do. So we could get some more powertrain. We could also work on some more durability, which durability definitely something we could possibly work on when it comes to, let's see here, we got turbo, that could use some durability, MJKU, energy store cell, that could definitely use something, and we got MJKU, or MGUK, there we go, and then gearbox durability as well. Gearbox seems to be doing pretty good, so I'm not going to worry about that. We also have fuel tank, we could definitely use to get some of these done as well. And you see that things are kind of, we got our spec done on that, so we have unlocked all of our available upgrade options here, but things are pretty expensive over there as well. We do have some stuff that's continuing to get worked on at the aerodynamics, so we got those on the way, and we also have some upgrades we can do on the engine itself. So we have cylinder head, magnetic compound, major energy recovery system, and we also have, what else is this? The fuel flow regulator for fuel efficiency. Ooh, we are going to go with that right there, and hopefully get that done as well. So we got that going to be working on. So we got that in development here. Taking a look at what we have happening. Austrian Grand Prix, we should get, when are we going to get that development? I don't see a time for that, so we don't know when that's going to happen. And then looking at what we have going on in operations, we got chassis. That's fully upgraded to the spec we needed to be. Looking at aerodynamics, currently nothing we can afford there. Looking at engine, we could actually work on something here. And we're going to do quality control there. Go ahead and get that upgraded and work with those guys there. So we got that spent. We definitely have been needing to do some powertrain work, and we're getting really close to being all the way done with that. and it's going to take us a lot to get some personnel upgrades and stuff done there. So go ahead and get some powertrain upgrades, especially the quality control, and hopefully get some stuff done with that. Go ahead and get this taken care of. There we go. And so next up, Austrian Grand Prix. That should be a real fun one. So I'm definitely going to enjoy that. And hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Had a great race, and we got development going on. So hopefully we can end the season pretty well. Let me see here. I forget what's actually on the season. So we got Austria, then we got Belgium, which Belgium's going to be fun, that's for sure. Last time we got spun out in the first lap, and yeah, that kind of ended our season pretty quickly. And then, of course, Italy, which is one of our best tracks. We've been dominant there and have won the last 2 seasons. So, can we do it again? I certainly hope so. And, of course, finishing off the season in the US of A. So, pretty cool, pretty fun. Hopefully, we can keep things going here. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. And we'll see you back here with F1 Florida Racing. Bye-bye. Alrighty, everyone. Welcome back to the Combustion Gamer YouTube channel. We're here, Florida Racing. And we are here with the entire team working on stuff as we are here at Austria. So we got the Austrian Grand Prix coming up. We're about to go qualifying here. So let's take a look at what our strategy is for the rest of the season. Obviously, we got ourselves about 2 more races to go in the season after this. We have Belgium, Italy, and of course the finisher at USA, so we have that going on. So that's pretty important to keep track of. So that's where we are at in the season. So currently, looking at the R&D, this is where we are currently sitting. So we will not be doing any more developments. We have actually 2 coming in aerodynamic, and 1 coming in from the engine department. So we will be letting those sit after that, because we want to be able to make sure we rack up more resource points, just in case if there is a change at the end of the season for anything, so that way we won't be behind. So we got that going on. And then of course we will be probably not spending any money as well, as we want to make sure we have enough money to upgrade stuff at the beginning of next season and to be able to afford our drivers. So we got that strategy all going on here at Austria, where it's really going to start kicking in. So we're going to see. Also too, there's some rumors that F1 might add more tracks to next season, so we might actually have more than 10 races. That'll be interesting. So anyways, let's get into qualifying, and we'll see you on the other side with the results and see what our race strategy is going to be. Alrighty guys, so that was one of the best times I have ever done, and ended up giving us an excellent time. We got second at Austria. That was a great qualifying lap. Had a little bit of a mess up, I believe, in I'll show you later on, honestly, but had a bit of a hiccup that ended up giving Max Verstappen just a few seconds on us there, and that led to him being up there. But I mean, that was super close towards the end. Had Lewis Hamilton and Ricciardo hot on our heels as well, but that was really, really good. So, and also, by the way, if you're looking at this screen, you might see a random helicopter just kind of tumbling through the air. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but you might see that in the background. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, let's get ready to go to the start of the race here, because we are starting on the front row. That is pretty cool, and I think, if I remember correctly, we're going to be in the prime position to take the lead as well. So we'll see what we can do with Max Verstappen next to us.
Good afternoon and welcome to Spielberg, and to a circuit that in one form or another has held every Austrian Grand Prix in the championship, except the very first back in 1964. It was at this race that John Watson lost a bet and his beard when he took Team Penske's only F1 victory in 1976. If anything, the stakes are even higher today, with 25 points available for victory and a crucial advantage in the championship fight. The Spielberg circuit then is situated 700 meters above sea level, with just 10 corners making up one of the shortest laps of the season. One time around here is a distance of 2.6 miles, with the best overtaking chances into turn 1 or the tight uphill turn 3. Anthony Davidson is alongside me as usual for the race today. Let's begin by discussing Daniel Ricciardo. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and the Rainmaster completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Ricciardo, Valtteri Bottas, and Leclerc, Sainz, Norris, Gasly, and Alexander Albon, De Vries, Stroll, Sergio Perez, and Kvyat, Ocon, Latifi, Nobuharu Matsushita. They've taken a grid penalty. And Kevin Magnussen, Russell, Correa, Grosjean, and Antonio Giovinazzi starts from the back of the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Alrighty guys, so taking a look at that grid, so technically Nick de Vries qualified 12th, got an extra point due to the other Red Bull having an issue with the grid penalty, but hey, we are up here and as I said, in prime position. So let's take a look at race strategy and also car setup. So this is the current setup we're seeing right here, and that's going to the mediums. I do really like the mediums myself. And especially with how this track drives, I definitely don't want to do the hards for the most part. So we're going to go with that. Obviously, we're going to kind of cut back on our fuel here just a tad. Leave us a little bit, well, yeah, we'll leave us just a little bit in there to make sure that we're all good with the fuel. So let's go ahead and look at our setup here real quick. Excuse me, I want to look at my setup. Thank you. Alright, so everything should be as it needs to be. I'm just going to check my brake bias. That's where it needs to be. Brake pressure, front suspension. So basically everything is as the setup is. I just wanted to make sure the brakes were, because I had to adjust that. That was another thing I had to adjust during the qualifying run, is because the brakes were just not doing what I needed them to do. And so that should help us out a lot. So, alright, let's get into this race, get into the zone, and see what we can do with Max Verstappen on the outside here at the Austrian Grand Prix. Let's go racing, guys. We also got Daniel Ricciardo up here as well. So we got a little bit of a history there with him. And so we'll see if that does anything about the front. Max Verstappen trying to be a nut already. Going to the outside. Tires are not warmed up. You can definitely feel that the car's certainly a little bit more stiff. Yeah, I love that first lap. We haven't even finished the lap. Sector? Sure. Lap? No, we haven't finished the lap yet. Anyways, so we did the qualifying run in the fog, basically, is what happened there. So it's going to be interesting to see how we run here throughout. Just kind of saving fuel here for a minute, but we're going to go ahead and go to standard just to make sure that we can kind of keep up here with vegetable. Nice Michael Roots name, always like that one. But Verstappen here, we'll try and keep in front of him in the Red Bull car. We already got both of the Mercedes up here in the top 5. Not what I want to see. Alright, so I can gain a pretty good, excuse me, still get congestion from that cold of mine, but we can make a pretty good little aggressive move there in turn 1. Be able to kind of get a little bit of an advantage, not a whole lot, but pretty good. And looks like we are really kind of putting these guys in the dust right now, which I am very happy about. Car feels good so far, no problem. As I said, it started off kind of stiff there. Seems like it's loosening up just a tad, tires and stuff. And I'm a bit rusty as well, so kind of taking stuff a little bit slower than normal. but we already have a different strategy, and that's attack, because we're running standard already so far in this race. So that's a totally different strategy than what we have done previously. Gotta be nice and easy through there. We got the shadows through that turn, which really kind of confused me as to my line sometimes there. There we go. Yeah, you see I can get a pretty good run through there by kind of shortcutting that turn. That really gives me a fairly decent advantage there. So these guys are going to be having DRS on me. Totally mess up this turn here a little bit. There we go. Get past Verstappen. I gotta say that NASCAR mod in Michael Marutz's F1 series is incredible. Definitely not quite as road course racing as I kind of like myself, but that is nuts watching the runs that those cars get with that mod installed in his series. That's for sure. But yeah, I don't know what I really do like the road course racing myself. Just I really enjoy. We're doing good. Jury block guys here. Ooh, we had Verstappen trying. Ooh, that messed up Verstappen pretty good. He was going to try and go underneath us. I cut him off. That sent him backwards. Now we got Hamilton behind us, so that's going to be fun. There's a little overtake here. But yeah, I really enjoy road course racing. I enjoy it both watching and also actually doing it. Just in the gaming, but also been able to drive the Daytona road course in my own personal car. If you haven't seen that video, you can check that out on the Combustion Guy's YouTube channel. Got that video up. That is a lot of fun to do. License to drive, one of the best experiences you can do for about 50 bucks. And drive your car around the historic Daytona road course, so definitely love to do that. Oh wow, we already got somebody in the pits. I'm not sure if that means Hamilton got damage or what, but he's already in the pits. That's interesting. Yeah, we can get a shortcut that turn there and get a pretty good advantage, which is nice. Looks like Verstappen is really going to be the guy that we got to beat today. And that's going to be interesting. We got Ricardo coming back up too. So just keep an eyeball behind us and try not to make mistakes. But currently the car feels really well planted. It doesn't feel like it's going to be hopping too much. Okay, we got a new strategy. I'm not really seeing it. I think we're fine where we are right now. Taking things nice and easy. We're doing good on the fuel, so no need to really change anything up there. And tires and everything feels good, so I think we're gonna just skip on that. But anyways, back to my thought of road course racing. I love it. I would like to see more of it in NASCAR myself. I'd like to see the Daytona road course make a comeback. Because honestly, that was some of the best racing I've seen was when we were at the Daytona road course. Both the, I forget which clash. It was the one clash with, what was it, Blaney and Elliott wrecking each other, and then Kyle Busch able to come up and get the win just because he was being consistent and those two guys decided not to be. It's just, that is really cool because it's like, you've got all of this which really does make your temper kind of flare as you're going back and forth racing with the guy, and you get excited to go deeper into the turn than you probably should. And so what it is it's really a discipline of racing the road course, because it's like, alright, yeah, sure, okay, turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, you've got to be consistent. And that's a really good thing about that with the ovals, is that you got to be consistent when your turns. You got to find each groove, you got to learn when the track's moving up. So that's a really great form of racing that I love to watch. I love to watch Super Speedway as well. But then the road course is that, okay, you gotta be consistent this turn, that turn, this turn, that turn, and you gotta be nice. Woo! Don't want to do this too much. Doing that far out ride there. Want to tighten that up just a little bit more, but Verstappen was kind of getting to us pretty quick there. But yeah, I don't know. I really do love the road course racing. Want to see a little bit more of it in NASCAR myself. Not the street course racing, no, please. I can't stand street course racing. Road course racing. That's what I want to see. Let me know what style of racing is your favorite in NASCAR and overall. But mine personally is I love watching the oval, short tracks, all that. Really do. But I also really do love good road course racing, not the street racing nonsense that F1, Formula E, and apparently NASCAR's going to be doing this year as well at Chicago. It's like, no thanks. No thanks, I'll skip. Alright, we got Verstappen here. He's kind of run us down. There we go. Tighten that up just a little bit. We were getting a little bit too wide into that turn one. We're going to run a little bit of overtake through here. The car is planted. I mean, I love the car. I mean, I think I've gotten better racing this car, which that definitely helps. And we had plenty of upgrades and stuff, but yeah, the team put in some good work on the setup because the setup is excellent for this track. Right, getting a little bit, not getting quite as much grip and response as I want from the front through there. There we go, good through that turn. You can kind of feel the car hopping just a little bit, but it's doing really good. And we haven't even had to really use Mixture 3. We've been running standard this whole time and still staying out in front of Verstappen, so I think that's a really good thing to be able to see here. We're running a little bit of Rich here on the front, make him run some fuel. There we go, kind of slowed him up there, made him have to give up some ground, so that's going to give us a little bit of space. I'm going to start letting off the throttle just a little bit more into this turn so we're not totally losing ground through there because we're messing up the turn. We are doing really good though. I'm liking what I'm seeing and feeling. I kind of messed up entry there, not too bad, got it corrected. But yeah, I mean the car is nice and tight. It's not sloppy and it's not feeling like it's trying to come out from under me. So I really do like how this car is handling. It's making me very, very glad that the guys at the shop, they're doing a good job. Okay, Verstappen's actually staying out. We're going to stay with him. I'm going to stay with Verstappen. Verstappen is the guy to beat. I want to make sure that we are nowhere near falling behind him. That's why I kind of waited just to see what he was going to do. That's going to mess me up. Nick DeFries is out of the session. And we went wide and somehow was still even with Verstappen. Nick DeFries is out. We're going to have to see what happened to our boy. That's not gonna be good. I'm not sure. Did he mess up the engine? Did he mess up yeah, no caution, so I mean it doesn't look like it's a wreck, so maybe just failure. So that's gonna be interesting to hear his explanation of what happened. It's like that's gonna hurt us pretty bad when it comes to points. Alright, let's see Verstappen coming in. Alright, there we go. We are in the pits with him. We're going to be getting mediums. Got quite a bit of wear on those tires. And the pit crew gets us out in front of Verstappen. Oh, great job by the guys. The guys did awesome. Alright, luckily it did help that they didn't have to be kind of watching out for to freeze there. Alright, so this is going to put some slow cars in front of Verstappen here. So that could really change up some things. Now, what we got is we got Lewis, though, Hamilton. We got him, and pardon my voice as my sinus is messing up here. But we got Hamilton that pitted early. I don't know what happened to him. He had something go wrong or something. I'm not totally sure, but something happened with him and his car. He pitted early. I'm not sure if he's out of the session. I'm pretty sure he's still in it. So where does that put him on the strategy? Did he take hard tires and is going to try to make it all the way? Or, yeah, so just where is he at? All right, we're going to pass, okay, Bottas and Albon. Those are the two guys out in front of us. 3-second penalty. By the way, I have not gotten multiple penalties for that particular thing, so I'm not sure what their issue with that is, as we are totally overcooking it into that turn. I love how I'm losing time, and yet somehow they think that that's giving me an advantage. It's like, that makes perfect sense. Anyways, moving on from that. I'm going to stay at the standard, try and get these tires nice warmed up here. Okay, cause a little bit more on the hoppy side. Gonna be nice and easy. And not... Okay, thanks. So we gotta be nice and easy with our car. We don't want to mess anything up here if we can help it. Alright, looks like Albon is in the pits, so that leaves one Mercedes out and about, which we don't want. We don't want a Mercedes anywhere near the front because they will destroy every living thing in front of them. Is basically how that works. Yeah, he's 11 seconds up there. That is a huge lead. Alright, there we go. Try not to overcook this time. Much better. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's a little swirly back there. A little swirly. Luckily we're getting the heat into them, and they're feeling a lot better, but still, we do not need that. So we can win this race. We just got to keep, at the moment anyways, 3 seconds ahead of Verstappen here. So we got to beat a Red Bull. That's what we got to do. I heard something. Somebody was out of the race? I didn't quite catch it. Somebody out of the race, I think I heard. Okay, Bottas is in the pit. He's coming off of the pit, so we're now in front of him, I think. Should be good. We got Bottas on the hards. Why on earth he went with hards with such a short sprint, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. I think Mercedes is losing it there. But he went with hard tires. That is weird. Would have been better if they're going to do that. They might have started on mediums and then gone to softs. That probably would have been a smarter strategy with how late he went into the run. But wow, okay. We got to keep an eyeball on that gap between us and Verstappen here and make sure we are continuing to gain some. Make sure on this straight to always be using the max fuel that we can just to get us as much of that. Got a little warning. Yep. Yep, and we don't need that. Thanks, Jeff. I actually saw that one. It's like, yep, both tires were off the surface. Ah, there it is. like, don't put concrete and asphalt where you don't want people to race. 'Cause we will find a way to use it. Believe me. So now the thing is to use the speed on the straights and stuff, but not, repeat, not to lose it. Because that's going to be the biggest problem that we're going to have, is losing control of the car. Trying to gain that second on Verstappen. Trying to gain that time. And I think we can do it. We just got to be nice and easy through here. Not to mess up like that. And on the straights here, as I said, use the max that we can to get up to speed. Make sure that we're already slowing down for the next turn, like through here. Which this is a hot spot for me, where I can potentially spin out. So just got to keep an eyeball on that, but I think we can manage this distance pretty good. I'd like to see it a little bit more myself, but if we can get a win here with our teammate out of it, that would be a good day. There we go, that was a good entry to that turn. Just got to keep on cutting away at that time there on the side. Seriously? Okay, now I think that they're just trying to get Verstappen to win. It's like, what advantage am I gaining that you think that I need a penalty? Well, then with that. Yep, that's gonna make me mad now. So yep, that was a conspiracy there by F1 to make sure that Verstappen got the win. I'm like very certain of that. And of course, they also make us finish outside the points with all that, too. Yep. Well, that's going to be a filed complaint, that's for sure.
That's it then for another spectacular Grand Prix here at Austria. And a truly magnificent drive to hang on and take the win. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team. So, let's review the drivers' standings. More points for Valtteri Bottas, further solidifying his lead at the top of the table. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
Nobuharu Matsushita gets my vote today.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, Renault move up the table with another strong performance this weekend. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
So F1 decides to rig the race there and continue to hit us with penalty after penalty after penalty. 3 of them, in fact, to make sure that they can give the win to Max Verstappen and kick us out of the entire top 10 there as well. I'm not happy. So my team will be filing a protest, that's for sure. As we know with many of these race series, when you file a protest, you're probably not going to win. But we're still going to protest, that's for sure, and see what we can do. But it's like 1 penalty, okay, I can take that one. But 2, the 2 extra penalties for I don't know what. And yeah, it's like we're not making any time by running off the track. So I don't know what that penalty nonsense is, as we were able to merge back and forth without any problems and without hitting anybody. So yeah, we're not happy, that's for sure. And obviously too, not a good day for Nick DeVries, who has a DNF as well. Started in 11th. We end up in 11th after starting 2nd due to the penalties. Could have actually won that race, except yeah. So problems, that's for sure. So we'll see what we can do back at HQ here. Alright guys, so we're here riding aboard Nick DeVries' car, and we'll see what happens here. Yep, so not totally sure, but he just ends up pulling off and just ends his race there. So not totally sure what happened, but ultimately just ended his day altogether. So that's kind of sad to see. More than likely, probably might have been a gear, gear shifter, all that. The transmission basically might have given out. I know that we switched that on my car prior to the race. That might have been an issue for him. Not sure, but still, bummer to see that for him. Alright guys, so we're back at the shop here, and we got the Belgian Grand Prix coming up. We have lodged the complaint against the F1 call, and we're very vehement in our interview after the race about it as well. Definitely a bad call and needs to be re-looked at. But we got ourselves quite a few things to get done here prior to signing off, so let's go ahead and take a look. We are almost at level 20 to be able to get ourselves another sponsor. So we're going to go ahead and get our activities taken care of here. We're going to do chassis upgrade, equipment, etc. We're also going to get team building done, driver promotion, and also visitor to the sponsor headquarters. And we'll go ahead and get some weight training done there as well. We'll go ahead and advance time and see what we got going on here. So we got our 2 aerodynamic upgrades. Those are in.
Without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
And we actually have a invitational event to go to at Monza. Alrighty, so we are back and didn't quite get what we were hoping for when it came to the acclaim. We did get team acclaim, but not quite enough to get us to level 20 there to be able to get our sponsors. So we'll keep moving forward here. And there we go, we actually have level 20 now in the bank. So let's go ahead and take a look at that prior to going into our season break here. So let's see who we can have come on board sponsor-wise. Alrighty guys, so we got our brand new sponsor, DSB Optics. And so they're a camera lens company, and so we have got them on board. So they're basically their goal is for us to achieve a top 10 finish during the race, which we're definitely running it up there, so it's definitely possible. But the weekly payout is $285,000, which is pretty good, so we'll definitely take that, and that'll definitely be a huge help to us throughout the rest of the season. Go ahead and go into our season break here. So there we go. We got nothing else to do overall in activities, so go ahead and advance all the way up to the Belgian Grand Prix. Got ourselves our fuel flow regulator there.
Through from the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
So that was let's see here. I think that ended up being for fuel economy, I think. Yep, so that's the fuel flow, and then regulated fuel efficiency, and then we can also get the efficiency fuel technology upgrade as well. And that one's actually fairly cheap compared to some of these other upgrades. We'll go ahead and do that, just that one. We'll actually try and put it on the rush. No, we'll go ahead and just do it regular upgrade, and we'll get it in time for the American Grand Prix. But that's the only upgrade we're going to be doing. We're not upgrading any facilities, although it would be kind of nice to get some of these further upgraded, but we don't really have the cash, and honestly, we're not really using the facilities quite as much as that would need us to kind of upgrade. So we got Spec 3 in personnel and chassis, and we still have room to upgrade in aerodynamics, durability, powertrain, and marketing. So we got that going on. But next up on the schedule will be the Belgium Grand Prix. Hopefully you guys come back for that video, and we'll see if the F1 tries to take our race away again. Hopefully not, but we'll see. We still got the complaint filed. I don't think it's going to go through and get us any improvement, but hey, we're still going to complain and still going to make our voices heard. So anyways guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys here next time on the Combustion Gamer and Florida Racing F1. Bye bye. Alright guys, welcome back. We are here in Belgium for the Belgium Grand Prix. We got all the guys working really hard, as this week F1 has announced what I was dreading, and that is the changes to the spec of the car. So we got a lot of work ahead of us here. As you can see, we got quite a bit of stuff on the chopping block. Luckily, we were able to use a lot of resource points that we already had, and of course from practice, to be able to get ourselves some of our chassis upgrades redone. So we got those redone, so luckily that shouldn't be too much of an issue, but we do have quite a few more just in that. Durability, we could probably actually let lapse and work on that again afterwards. It probably won't be the worst possible thing to happen, but we also do have a lot in aero that we got to go back through and redo. So we do have that we really got to get done. And as you can see, that this is kind of interesting. We are actually the top team when it comes to aero, which I did not realize. So we are doing a really good job in that department. Engine, we are still on the bottom of the barrel, but honestly, as I've said, my philosophy behind the car is definitely you want the best possible handling, work on the downforce, make sure you're getting the grip to the tires, and then durability is definitely helpful. Not totally my top priority, but I definitely like handling. For this car specifically, you got to have aero and handling going side by side together to be able to get everything going well. And then once you have that, then you can really start working on your engine upgrades, because now you have the suspension and the aerodynamics to be able to handle more power that you throw at the car. So that's my philosophy behind almost anything, honestly, is just work on that suspension. Even in like NASCAR Heat 5, sure, there's not that much you have to do compared to this game, but even in that, it's like work on your suspension, because if your car can handle the turns, can handle all the different aspects of the track the best that it can, you're going to have at least better regular speed, average speed, there we go. You're going to have better average speed per lap compared to everybody else who might have gone for a full power upgrade, or for power, they've gone with the power settings, and while they have power, they might not be able to get that power down to the track. So suspension, and especially in this game, aerodynamics, very important to be able to get that power down on the ground. So for average consistency, those are the two things that I always like to upgrade. So we've got a lot to do in that. Excuse me, hiccup. But yeah, we've got a lot of work to do just on that there. So we've got to get that done for sure. So anyways, everything else looks really, really good. We had a good practice session. Now we're going to go out and hit the qualifying, and then of course we're going to be going to the race. As you remember, the last time we raced here, I don't remember which season that was, but we're back. We got taken out in the early goings on of the race, and we really, yeah, actually we didn't even make a lap. First lap, we were done. So honestly, on this track, I don't think I'd honestly mind finishing in the back. So we'll have to see what we do, but definitely seems like we had a really good practice session, got a lot of good points, so hopefully that can transfer over to a good, consistent race anyway. So let's get into the qualifying, and then we'll see you at the race, guys.
Welcome along then to the Belgian Grand Prix, the race that gave us the maiden victory for the Jordan team in 1998. And in the same team, the phenomenal debut of a young Michael Schumacher. There's always something special around one of the many corners of this fan favourite circuit. Spa-Francorchamps then, a historic 19-corner circuit with a lap distance of 4.35 miles. There's over 100 metres of elevation change here, and with long stretches of the lap spent flat out, a good top speed will be vital for success. Joining me for today's race once again is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about the Rainmaster. No grip penalties, no mitigating circumstances, just a poor qualifying performance and a very disappointing start position for them today.
They'll have a sinking feeling as they look up from the cockpit and realise they're in a different postcode to the start line for sure. But the one positive they can hold on to is that the car is quick and they can make their way through the field.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position. A very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Matsushita, Ricciardo, Lewis Hamilton and Ocon, Norris, Bottas, Kvyat and Charles Leclerc, Stroll, Albon, Sergio Perez and Gasly, De Vries, the Rainmaster, Kevin Magnussen and George Russell, Latifi, Giovinazzi, Correa and Romain Grosjean sits at the back of the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
Alright guys, so here we are. So we are starting 15th and 16th. I'm actually on the outside lane, which is actually where I want to be for this first corner because things get nuts down here. So we had a pretty good run. One thing that I did just kind of handicap myself so I would be a little bit farther in the back is took medium tires, went ahead and used those for qualifying just to start. But yeah, I think it should be a pretty interesting race. We definitely had a much better time just qualifying than we had the first time, so I think we should do a pretty good job. Car felt really good, and we won't be using level 3 of throttle for most of this race. We'll be probably 1 and 2 just to be able to keep this car under control and stuff. So I think this should end up being a decent race. So we haven't really used any of the hard tires, so we have used the mediums, and those seem to do a decent job. So I think we're going to keep with that, because luckily I've kind of learned where the medium tires start to come in, so that's kind of helpful. So I think we'll keep doing that, and hopefully that'll continue to help the car out quite a bit. So we'll go ahead and take some of this fuel out just to give us a little bit less weight here. There we go. We'll give ourselves a little bit of wiggle room, but I think that should do pretty good. We got ourselves the balance set up. Go ahead and get that loaded in, and I think that should do a pretty good job for us there as well. So, guys, let's get out there and see what we can do, and we'll see what Nick DeFries over there can do as well. Kind of nice to start side by side. It's kind of cool. So, let's go. Alright, here we go. We're actually making up a little bit of ground right off the start. Hit the brakes. There we go. Everybody kind of real slow through there. So we've got up to 11th, which is really good. We're going to go ahead and get up to standard here so we're not a total roadblock. But yeah, the car feels much better than it did the last time we were here. It has a lot better downforce and better handling, so I definitely like that. We're going to see what we can do in this race, but the main thing is just being nice and careful, nice and easy through here. Everybody's nice and slow. So just making sure we don't rip off our wing is going to be the main thing. Nick Freeze kind of fell back there just a little bit, but not too bad. But yeah, everybody's going to be kind of slow until we kind of spread out here, and so there's no need to do stuff like this. Ah! Where did I get the warning with Fiat? Or whatever his name is. Where did I get the warning? I wasn't the guy that smashed into a car on the side of the road. Where did I get that? Okay. Let's just go to slow and just make our way over to the pits because we need to get ourselves a new wing because this is not going to work out for the rest of the race. Try and let these guys go past as they want to. But yeah, we don't have enough handling. Thanks much there, guys. Well, that did not go to plan, but yeah, there's no front turn in the car anymore, so I've got to pit. There's like, and I missed pit road. There we go. Auto repair. Sure, we'll go with hards. We'll let those wear in and see what we can do. There we go. Alright guys, get that new wing on there. Thank you very much. Yep. Sounds like a plan to me. So we're gonna go nice and slow, get these tires warmed up, but yeah, whatever his name, Daniel Fiat, yeah, that guy, for I think it was AlphaTauri. It's like, come on, dude, you could have moved over. I don't know what that was. But yeah, definitely my fault for missing the turn, but it's like there's tons of space to your left there that you could have gone. Gotta be nice and easy on these tires because I know they take a little bit of while to warm up, so we definitely don't want to have any issues. Luckily we didn't totally end our race, so I mean, people DNF, we can hopefully get some positions back, but still not what we wanted once again. But yeah, I just totally missed that turn there, so get ourselves warmed back up here and see what we can do. I'm gonna take that easy. Tires weren't quite gripped up enough to okay, now we got some sort of issue with the engine. What's going on with that? I don't see anything. The engine looks fine. Not sure what he's talking about on that. The engine looks great, in fact. 193, it's not running around 200, so I don't know what that issue is. Start switching over to standard here in a bit, just to try and get some of this lap time back, but get these tires warmed up for this lap, feel how the car handles with them as well, go from there. Alright, let's switch over to standard there, there we go. Well, that's definitely not going to help me now, is it? Alrighty, well, I wasn't expecting on doing practice laps for the entire race, but apparently that's what we're going to end up doing. And we will see what we can do. Hopefully we get a safety car then. That will definitely help out our problem. And give us a possibility of catching up. Very unlikely at this particular point. But all things are possible, so we will wait and see here. Yeah, on this track, this has always been my worst area through here anyway, so it didn't really surprise me to have that issue there for the most part, but still, it's just like, dude, I'm right there. You could have moved over, is what really is the annoying thing, because, like, I was pretty sure I was going to mess up on this track anyways, that's why I wasn't expecting very much. Sure thing. We'll use some on the straight up here. But, yeah, the car is much better than it was the first time we came here, so, but minus the driver has been much better. Well, we kind of ended up back where we were the first time there. Use some of our overtake. Shut that back off, don't want to use it all up. And there to go another race here. And we're going to totally miss that. Yeah, this is just not going to be our race, unfortunately. I thought we had like really good laps during practice because like I knew I needed some practice on this track, and we did really good. Had some really good lap times, we were able to keep up with everybody, but that's also when you have people to actually kind of focus on to see where your line needs to be, so that kind of where that is, and you're just kind of all over the place without anybody ready to follow, so kind of makes things totally different. Because it really is, it's a fascinating thing. It's like when by yourself it's harder because you don't have anybody to focus on to be able to say, okay, this is where he's braking, so you don't have a kind of like a goal in mind. It's like you can see the lap time, but you can't really see what you're chasing. So it's like it's a fascinating thing that it's just like it's better to have cars around than to be in the back not knowing where you need to be at. So it's just it's an interesting thing that happens when you're this far back. I mean, we're doing, just from there, we're doing some good lap times. So, I mean, if we could just catch everybody with a safety car, we might get some position back. Hard tires are definitely a lot different than softs, that's for sure. The reason why I don't run them very often is because they don't make me very comfortable. Cutting there. Right, we definitely got a much better lap time there. So we are slowly improving. So a bit of overtake through here. Once again, we have actually gained some time through a sector, so I mean, we're not having bad times, minus the dirt. Yeah, the dirt's just not helping us today. Had to wait for the tires to clean off there a little bit before we went back to full throttle. Oh, much better. We actually missed the dirt through there that time, so that's helpful. A little bit early on the braking zone. We didn't get the corner that time, so we'll take that. Use up some of the excess fuel here on these straights. Totally changes your braking zone. We've hit 200 miles an hour here. So nice and easy through here. Hopefully not get into the dirt this time. Very nice. Teammate is in the pits. We actually have a little fixed problem there. Warning mechanic light. Totally sure what that's implying. Car's been doing really good so far. I can see Max Verstappen, I think, one of the Red Bulls anyways, coming up behind us. I didn't hit the dirt this time. Very nice. Freeze falling back to about 18th, so I'm not sure if everyone's pitted or if they're pitting here and there and everywhere, so that'll be interesting to see what happens. You want to be nice and easy on the throttle through here because you can really lose a lot of traction through there. Yeah, I didn't really want to hear that, but thanks anyways. Everybody's on mediums. We're on the hards now, looks like. (202, 203 miles an hour. A little bit slower through there, even though we had technically a higher speed. Be easy through here. There we go. Hit the dirt. That's going to really be the main problem, is that dirt. Actually, don't go driving the grass either. Grass clippings don't help your tires grip at all. A little bit slower through there, but we didn't spin out, so better than adding a bunch of time. I would assume so, yeah. They're already running mediums. I'm not sure what that statement was technically about. Thank you, sir. Good to know. Nice and easy through here. Actually have closed the gap on most of these guys, and also Nick Freeze has been able to gain some positions with everybody else pitting there. No caution, and I don't think we're going to get one with how many laps are left. Get some speed here. There we go. Actually gained some time through that sector, so pretty good there. Nice and easy. Don't get into the dirt. A little bit faster through the first part of this turn so far. A little bit slow right through there, not too bad. So we're trying to knock some time off, and as you can see, we have, to some extent with pit stops, we're able to knock some time off, so that's certainly helpful, but yeah. Not enough downforce there. Trying not to lose control of the car because we are trying to go a little bit crazy on what we're doing. Woo. Almost let the rear tires go out there. Once again, a really good lap time there for us anyway, so we're gaining more and more time as we go here. That's certainly nice to see. Obviously, you guys running the softs and stuff probably got the better times before us, so that's fine. Still got plenty of fuel left to continue to run 3 on the straights. We definitely don't want to run it through here though, as the car definitely doesn't have quite the handling that I'd like it to have through these sections, although we really did a good job, as you can see there, through sector 1, so really good job through there. Daniel Ricciardo just made his best lap time. Thank you. So that's pretty good to know. So we're doing good on that. Because we can save through here a little bit and then obviously go crazy once again on all of these straighter sections. Lewis Hamilton's out. Great to hear. It's going to hurt his standings, but honestly, I'm not going to weep any tears over that one. A little bit late on the brakes there. Yeah, you can see him over there, just sitting. Wasn't our best time, but certainly not our worst. See, he moved out of the way. Yep, there he is. Very good. Would have been nice if that ended up being a caution a little bit earlier, but you got what we got. So I mean, yeah, you can see, I mean, we have cut down a lot of lap time on these guys in front of us. Obviously, we're looking at more of the Alfa Romeos, who are a bit slow anyways, but still, that is a great improvement over what we would normally be doing this far back. We'd just be sinking like a rock. So we can make up time. Unfortunately, when it's this much time we have to make up on this style of track, it's kind of impossible to really be able to do that. So good to know, but definitely an unfortunate result for us overall. Tires are definitely starting to wear out some. So we got some engine issues coming up, sounds like. So I have to keep an eyeball on that in the future. Yep. Max Verstappen has run the race. Not run the race. Run the race. Won the race. There we go. Eventually we're going to get the lips to form correct words. But anyways, so he has won it. And that's even with, Daniel Ricciardo had been the fastest lap. There we go, Lando Norris taking that over. So the question is, who's where? That'll be interesting to see. We're going to get a few minutes to finish our race here. But one thing for sure is nice that we didn't get lapped. Yeah, we weren't going to make that up. I would just take the penalties at this point. There we go. So we're done. Sergio Perez, driver of the day. That's interesting.
What a great race then, and what a magnificent victory here at the Belgium Grand Prix. And talk to me, what do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently. It's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be proud of the victory they secured here. So, let's review the drivers' standings. More points for Valtteri Bottas, further solidifying his lead at the top of the table. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
Well, there was a lot of incredible driving out there today, Crofty, but if I had to pick someone, it's got to be Sergio Perez. Fantastic driving.
Nothing can challenge the leaders of the Constructors' Championship at this point, but it's another clear win for Mercedes as they managed to secure the Constructors' title. An incredible performance for the whole team. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out, and they improved their position in the championship. Well, that was certainly an incredible weekend of racing. Be sure to join myself and Ant for more exciting Formula One action soon.
Alright, I guess so Max Verstappen able to get the win, as I was pretty sure he was going to. Carl Sainz up there in the McLaren. McLaren had some good speed later on this race. Really showed up, being able to get second and seventh, so both in the top 10s. Good job of those guys. Both Red Bulls made it into the top 10, both Renaults. I also had one Mercedes make it in, Ferrari, a BWT, Sergio Perez, and that guy. The guy that shoved me into the wall. Thanks a bunch. So anyways, we got Lance Stroll, Alexander Albon, and Nick de Vries able to get up to the 13th spot. So he made up 2 positions from where we started, so that's certainly a better result than could have been expected. Good job by Kevin Magnussen actually making up positions along with Juan Manuel. And Lewis Hamilton is the guy that finishes all the way in the back. And of course, we end up being in the back as well due to the wreck incident. So anyways, not the best finish and definitely not what we wanted, but overall, car had good speed and got some good laps around this track compared to what we had the first time we came here. So overall, that's a little bit better than we did have. So let's take a look at the standings here. So we got constructor standings. Basically, Mercedes has taken it away. Renault, Red Bull, that they're not going to be able to get anywhere close to that, unfortunately. And then in the driver standings, Bottas currently leads. That's actually interesting. Daniel Ricciardo, Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen. So looks like basically the only people that can kick Bottas out is Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton, and Daniel Ricciardo. Basically, those are the only guys. Looks like Sainz, if he gets a lot more points, might be able to challenge, but he's going to really need a lot more points to be able to get up there. So that's kind of where that is. And despite having a really good season overall, we still haven't scored any points, but I think we've got a track coming up that should help us fix that little problem. So anyways, see you back at HQ. Alright guys, so we're back in the shop. So we actually got some sponsor redos that we had to go through, get some stuff done. So we got, let's see, team promotion, go ahead and get aerodynamics. Those guys are kind of low at the moment, looks like morale rise. Well, they're not doing pretty good, so powertrain really needs a boost though. But anyways, we got some new, oh, not really new, but got our sponsors re-signed. We got ourselves Slingshot Fuel, still on, of course. We also got Polar. Polar's back with us once again after a quick re-sign. And then, of course, we got our newest sponsor, which, of course, is Vagazzillo Italia 1902. So they are back with us here as well. And then, of course, we got Zenet 1872 there on us as well. So both of those clothing stores back with us, and we're back into it. So luckily we got those sponsors actually for the Italian Grand Prix, so that makes them extremely happy to be back on board. And so we'll go ahead and advance time here. There we go. So we got a little bit of a boost for the facilities and stuff. We actually do have some moolah to spend, but we're not going to until after the season. Everything's going to stay exactly where it is right now. We've got to get ourselves some more resource points in the next 2 races to be able to hopefully save our suspension and then hopefully work on our aerodynamics. But that's definitely going to be a pretty bad loss if we can't do that. So that's what the team's got going on, and of course we got next season to think about as well. But yeah, we have 2 points, which is good, but we need to have a lot more to be competitive. So anyways guys, that is, yeah, and also too we need more because F1's looking at adding more races for next season, so that could be interesting. But anyways guys, we got a race to go to at Italy, Monza, our little playground for Florida racing here, so that's going to be fun. But we're going to see you guys here next time. Hope you guys liked and enjoyed today's video, even though we didn't do the best performance-wise, but still fun to get some track laps in, and hopefully be able to get some better finishing results in the future. So anyways guys, thanks for watching, thanks for supporting the channel. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you guys here next time. Bye-bye. Alright everyone, welcome back. So we're here at Monza, and we're about to go out for qualifying and stuff. We already got the practice and whatnot done, so we got ourselves the special round the track lap prior to the race that we're going to be doing. But we also got qualifying ahead of that, so we're going to be getting all that done here in just a second. So we got the upgrade problem that's still going on. As you can see, quite a bit of quite a few problems going on there. So we got insufficient resource points for most of these. So we're going to check and see what all we can get done for sure. Just try to get as many of these done as possible. So we got a lot of aerodynamic stuff that is just completely gone right now. So we're going to get at least 2 of those done, it looks like. There we go. So hopefully we can get some more taken care of. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff we got to catch up on, and we need to get the resource points to get that done. But anyways, we're doing pretty good overall, but yeah, we need to continue to work on those resource points. So we are at Monza though. So far we have gone 3rd season, so we've gone 2 for 2 wins here at Monza. We also hopefully can get a teammate podium or a top 10 finish here as well, which would be kind of helpful. But we're going to be trying to do it all again, trying to get a 3rd win in a row here at Monza. So we basically own this track, is basically what's going on here. But definitely a fun track, love it, and our car seems to do really, really good as well. So I'm going to hit the qualifying here, and then we're going to be checking out our little race around the track prior to the beginning of the race. So let's get it all done. Alright guys, had a really good qualifying session. We are on the pole. We're out here with the Williams guys. We also got Renault out here, and I think we got Nick DeFries behind us as well, and another Panaz Esprit. But we're able to bring this car out. We're going to be doing a quick little lap around the track for the fans here early in the morning, and we got the Grand Prix a little bit later. But really cool to be able to bring these cars out and do some racing around the track. And these Panaz cars definitely get quite a few looks because you don't see them very often. And to be able to bring 2 of these cars over into Europe is pretty cool as well. Gotta pay attention to what I'm racing here, though. There we go. A little bit better. Yeah, it's actually a little bit dark. They started us a little bit earlier than they were planning, just because of some track cleanup they have to do afterwards. So they started us pretty early this morning. So getting a little bit of lap time on the track here. Got ourselves a little 3-lap race around the circuit. Just a little exhibition, but still fun to have these cars out here on the track. So we got a little bit of the sun starting to come out slowly as the haze begins to dissipate. Yeah, we've got the Williams guys back behind us there, driving one of the old Mercedes cars. We've got Nick DeFries behind me there as well in the Panaz. Do a little cut track there. But yeah, that Williams car there. Actually, is that the... No, that's Nick DeFries. Cool. We got the sun slowly starting to come up there. So yeah, Nick up here in the Panaz car. Yeah, this track, once the haze clears off in the mornings, it is beautiful, that's for sure. Just look at how nice and clean the track is, really cool. Able to drive underneath the old oval there. I haven't been in this Panaz car near as much as I would like to, so a little bit out of practice with how it handles. But it's amazing how well this car drives still. So even if the drive is a little bit rusty, it's still a ton of fun to drive it, that's for sure. Yep, love this car. Absolutely amazing. So, I think we got one more lap here. There we go, one more lap to go. And then we gotta get everybody ready for the drivers' meeting and everything as we get ready to go racing. Looks like somebody's spun out here. We got another Mercedes car. I think that's the other Williams guy. Yeah, for the fans that got up early this morning though to come and see these cars, that definitely helps. Definitely a cool event for them to be able to come and see these cars. So we got hopefully some plans to do some HSR type stuff in the future, some IMSA races, so we'll have to see how we do that. There we go, that other Mercedes, beautiful looking car there. I thought Nick DeFries was ahead of me, but he's actually behind me there. See him right there in the mirror. Not really a competitive race, just really a little exhibition. Oh yeah, there's the other Panaz. The Panaz let us bring out. Nick DeFries in there. Hey, buddy. Oh, I love these cars. Alright guys, that's gonna do it. So we're gonna get everything prepped and ready to race here at the Monza, the Italian Grand Prix. So we'll see you there.
It's time for the Italian Grand Prix once again, here at the beloved and iconic Autodromo Nazionale di Monza. With the lowest downforce and drag of any circuit in the season, expect to see drivers making the most of the slipstream effect here today. We're 12 miles northeast of Milan for today's Grand Prix at a Monza circuit where we can expect top speeds of around 215 miles per hour. 11 corners on this 3.6 mile track, with 7 of those coming in the form of chicanes. And with a good slipstream and DRS open, there should be plenty of opportunity for some passing here today. Anthony Davidson is here once again for today's Grand Prix. Now, can I get your take on Max Verstappen? That was a great win. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. The Rainmaster lines up on pole position and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Sainz, Max Verstappen and Ocon, Bottas, Norris, Matsushita and Daniel Kvyat, Leclerc, Gasly, Nick de Vries and Albon, Magnussen, Latifi, Antonio Giovinazzi and Roman Grosjean, Russell, Correa, Perez. They've taken a grid penalty and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
So we got Nick de Vries is going to be starting up in actual position a little bit higher after both of the BWT cars had penalties, sending them all the way to the back. That is tough. So we're going to check race strategy here. Definitely want to do the mediums, don't want to do the hards around this circuit. We got 13 laps in the race. We're going to take our fuel down to just, well, yeah, we'll leave our fuel a little bit higher just so that we can use a little bit more speed. We've been doing the maximum top speed. We're going to do that there. Let me see if, let me see here what we got. Aero. Checking our, got the brakes where we want them. Tire pressure looks good. Just want a little bit of downforce in that rear wing. And I think that should be good. So we are ready to go. Alrighty guys, we good? We ready? Alright, let's go racing. Nice and easy through the first turn. This is going to be my worst turn throughout the majority of the day, more than likely. Got a little bit of caution as everybody's slow through there. And we are already off. Lewis Hamilton behind us. Sainz kind of jumped out in front of Ricciardo there. Both of the Renault cars, though, have already gotten together there. That's impressive. Car felt a little bit stiff on the turning there, but not too bad. Yeah, we're going to want those tires to warm up just a tad bit more, feels like. So far, car feels like it's doing pretty good. Just a little bit more fuel there. Very nice, very nice. Nice and easy. Good. Yep, car feels nice and tight on the ground. Doesn't feel like it's too loose or anything. And we got plenty of downforce in the rear, which is what I was wanting. That's why I adjusted that wing, because we usually end up having the rear tires spin out. I had that happen last year, I think, if I remember correctly, which is why we almost lost it to the Renault cars. As you see, both those guys are already together, so I mean, they're going to be the guys to watch for because they are good at this track. So obviously we got a pit stop we have to do to switch tires. As you see right there, already lost some traction, so we're gonna luckily we have a safety car, which is great news for us with the damage and stuff. we're going to save a lot of fuel here, and we're going to be able to come in and fix this wing, which we've got to do. That is not how we wanted this day to go, that's for sure. So we're a little bit far behind, but that's okay. See if we can catch up to these guys just a little bit here. But yeah, we've got to get this wing fixed because it is not turning anything. So very important to have that wing on this track, and it is currently not there. That is causing us a lot of havoc. Just going to go ahead and come into the pit here. Right here. Check what our downforce and everything's doing. Looking good. So we're already going to be switched over to the mediums. So we're going to save fuel here as much as we can. Go ahead and switch to standard for our catch-up lap. Haven't had a safety car at Monza before, so that's kind of interesting. Haven't ever had to deal with that on this circuit, so this is going to be new. But yeah, who's that? Ricardo that took us out? I think so. Nice and easy through here. But yeah, Ricardo ended up taking us out again there as we were getting up to speed after losing some traction. So did a good merge because I mean we stayed at pace. So I mean I'm not sure what his problem was. I have to go back and look. But yeah, luckily we didn't totally knock off our wheels. So this is going to change everybody's strategy a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. So obviously we're on mediums, they're on soft, so they're going to have a little bit of a speed advantage. Luckily we're going to have this lap here to kind of get everything. I don't think the safety car's coming in yet, so that's good. But where was I? But yeah, so we're going to have a little bit of lap time here to get these tires warmed up, which should help us out. Okay, we can see the cars in the distance, so that's good. We'll get caught up to these guys pretty soon here. But as I said, haven't had a safety car this entire season actually. So this is actually pretty surprising to have, as we're going to be coming up behind Ricardo. We can go ahead and switch over to lean. So staying behind Ricardo here. But yeah, that was not nice of him, that's for sure. So it's going to be interesting to see how we do when we get the restart. So we've got a lot of positions to make. Our best thing is probably to stay behind everybody, honestly, and just let them do their pit stops and pass them then. It's probably going to be our best bet. See Nick DeFries there, doesn't look like he's made up any real position. So that's a bummer. So one thing is that we stay far behind this because I've knocked off a wing being behind these guys. So hopefully we're going to go green this time by. That's what I'd expect. But we'll see. Yep, very good. So this is going to make me nervous. Single file restart. As I said, we're going to let everybody kind of do their thing. So I don't want any damage if we can help it. So, but yeah, everybody has to come and switch tires. So at some point they're going to have to do that. We're on lap 4. There we go, green flag. As I said, we are not going to try and do anything super duper here if we can help it. Gonna go ahead and start. Start burning a little bit of fuel here. So yeah, we have saved a lot of fuel, so burning a little bit won't hurt. But yeah, we're gonna let all these guys kind of just do their own thing and just stay back here and not go too fast, hopefully. Yeah, just early brake, keep clean, just wait for these guys to kind of cycle through their stuff. A little bit too slow actually, but we'll figure it out. But yeah, there's no need to get damaged or be crazy here, since we know everybody's got to go to the pits at some point. So we can kind of just bide our time, let them all do it, and not have to really be dangerous with our passing, since we know they've got to come in at some point. And also just getting mixed up with other cars isn't the best thing for us either, so just playing it nice and smart, burning off our extra fuel here. See what everybody does, but yeah, they've got to come in at some point in the pit, so. So we didn't actually need to keep that extra fuel on board. We could have actually saved some weight, ultimately, but it's one of those things you're thinking you're going to be running all the laps green and at standard or full throttle, particularly on this track, just for the speed's sake, but yeah, just didn't end up working that way. So everybody's still pretty close together. They haven't really separated that much. Yeah, so we're being nice and easy on the speed and stuff, and getting through these corners nice and clean. So we got plenty of speed, plenty of time in this race yet, so just strategy-wise, we know what we need to do. That's keep this car clean and get these tires to good, worn-in, warmed-up state, and we can get all kinds of things done here as we go through this race. Use a little bit of overtaking stuff just so that we're using it up. Go ahead and glide into the turn. Very nice. So yeah, everybody's kind of using the extra fuel right now. Yeah, I can see if I get caught up in this line and have to brake or miss a brake zone and hit somebody, lose a wing, that's just gonna totally mess up my race. So just like, we know we got the car to lead, we know that we got the car fixed, we got the tires to go all the way through, and we know these guys have to pit the switch tires. So there's absolutely no need to push the issue right now, because we got plenty of fuel to keep burning. I've gotten used to how the car is working with that fuel, so I mean, all in all, we just know that we can do all this pretty well. So I'm going to skip on DRS, just use up that fuel, just stay back here, and we know that we can get past all these guys when they're on pit road. So it's going to work out the best for us that way. Hey dude, we know exactly what we're doing here, okay? Yeah, so see, we got cars coming to pit road, so we'll easily get past them without too much of an issue here. Yep, so see, absolutely no issue here as we're going to get past cars, because everybody's got to do the pit. So, yep, that strategy is going to just be the best for us, as we're going to be able to keep a pretty good speed here. We do need to catch up to this group just a little bit more, just so that we're not so far back. But other than that, we got plenty of time here to get this done. And luckily, we won't be clogging up the pits for our teammate either, so that's going to be very helpful ultimately. Yep, so see, just stay back here, don't get into any confrontation, don't get into any contact, and we're good. Yeah, I can see Nick DeFries up there. He's holding up this whole line here actually, so he's definitely being a slowpoke right now. So that's not helpful for us overall, depending on where he is right now. See, everybody's able to use the DRS, so we're just going to keep burning fuel here and just stay behind everybody. As a lot of these guys are going to end up coming to pit road here, probably on this lap or the next, so use a little bit of overtake here just to kind of catch up just a tad. But yeah, everybody's got to come to pits, so just there's no need to push that issue, as I said. We got tons of people on pit road, so yeah, we're going to make up quite a few positions here. So there we go, 8th, and then everybody else in front of us still has to pit the switch tires, so as I said, we know what we need to do. So I'm going to pay attention to who's behind me. They're about 8 seconds behind me. That's Hamilton there. So yeah, so they're all behind me getting on fresh mediums, but with how our speed is and everything, we should stay in front of all these guys pretty easily. Plus also we haven't really been using DRS or even overtake, so we probably won't get DRS once we get to the lead, but yeah, so far the car is definitely working exactly the way I want it. The car's getting a little bit slippery as the tires wear, but other than that, we're doing good. We also got Grosjean in front of us, want to stay away from him. That's an Alfa Romero's. We don't have a good relationship either. Yep, thank you. Okay, see Lewis Hamilton there catching just a little bit fresh tires. Just keeping an eyeball on that, that's for sure. I'm going to use some overtake here, as most of these cars should be coming to pit. There they go, so we're going to get some extra speed here. Use up that DRS, and there we go, we are the leader. It'll be nice and easy for the next few laps. Charles Leclerc is out of the session, it's a problem for him. Looks like Sainz and Hamilton, those guys are behind us, so we're going to want to watch out for them. Yeah, so we're doing really good on fuel right now. So without anybody in front of us, we can kind of push the issue just a little bit. That was a little bit too much there as we got into the rocks, but other than that, pretty good. Use some overtake on the straight here and keep maintaining this lead here as we go. Yeah, we got Leclerc pulled off, looks like. Yep, there he is, very good. Wasn't quite sure where he was, if he was on track or not, but luckily he is off. We do have Hamilton coming up a little bit quicker than I'd like, so we got to keep an eyeball on that. Okay, we're nice and smooth through the chicanes here. That's where we have the problem. That was better. Pretty smooth, a little bit slow, but smooth nonetheless, which is what we need. Just gotta make sure we don't go into the rocks, kitty litter as it's called, and we should be good. This is kind of tense because I know I'm on older tires, so I have to really pay attention to what my car is doing because we don't want to wreck it, that's for sure. Okay, a little bit faster through there, good. But yeah, I know that my tires are a little bit more worn, plus also we got the guys behind us that are all catching, and so it's just like, woo, kind of tense actually. Use what overtake we have here. We got Lando Norris with the new fastest lap. It's going to be a little bit slower here. See the track limits ever so slightly there. Not too bad though. So just gotta pay attention here. I don't think I've been so nervous in a Monza race before. I mean, that last one with the McLarens getting, not McLarens, the Renaults getting so close to us, that was pretty intense there, but I did get it done. But this, I just knew that my tires are worn, so it's like I got kind of second guess how hard I put it into the chicanes. So that's making me a little bit more nervous than I probably need to be. There we go, that was a pretty good one there. Plus also, if I could, I would like to get the fastest lap back as well. Fastest lap achieved. And we have put a really good gap there on Hamilton. Nice and easy, nice and easy, nice and easy, nice and easy. A little bit, yep, okay. 3-second corner cutting. Just don't. There really wasn't much of a cut anyways, but we'll take it nonetheless. So we just can't mess up now. Is what we have to do. Almost dead. Rear tires decided to not be happy with us. That's what I mean. That's why it's tense, is because I know the tires are worn. Just because of how the car's driving, so it's just like, woo, makes me nervous. And we're gonna get it done again. Ooh. That was more. I mean, it honestly, it ended up being really easy overall, but it felt more intense than it actually was. That's for sure.
So the celebrations begin, and well earned they are indeed. It may have looked simple at times, but as any racing driver can tell you, racing at this level, at the very top, is anything but simple. There's no catching them now then. We have a new World Drivers' Champion. There's a few disappointed faces up and down the pit wall after that one, but not here. They've secured a phenomenal victory. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
Despite the best efforts of our championship leader, that lead has taken a bit of a knock today. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
It's got to be Lewis Hamilton. I mean, he pulled off some impressive feats out on the track today, even by his standards.
The Constructors' Championship may be a foregone conclusion at the moment, but regardless, let's look at the standings. It's another clear win for Mercedes as they managed to secure the Constructors' title. An incredible performance for the whole team. Another team that excelled today was Williams, who make further progress up the table. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Alrighty, so that was weird. So Lewis Hamilton was the best driver. I mean, he was just there, honestly. What I'm more impressed with is the fact that Daniel Ricciardo, after going all the way to the back of the field, after spinning us, was still able to get up to a top 10 finish. I mean, that's actually pretty good driving there for him, that's for sure. Lando Norris up there, once again. McLaren actually was able to swap things and get up here. Both the Renaults, both the Red Bulls, Alpha Tauri basically were able to get up here as well. And both Mercedes too. So yeah, so anyways, we got Nick DeVries just outside of the top 10, so he started 12th, so he did improve his position by 1, so that helps. Carlos Sainz though, or no, Charles Leclerc had a DNF, and then for some reason they're saying Williams did a really good job today, so I'm not sure what all that's about. So that's pretty good though. Definitely like how that overall finish happened. Definitely didn't look very good at the start there. And I was definitely nervous at the end, that's for sure, with the tires being more worn than usual, but still, ended up being a really good race. And once again, we keep our streak alive of 3 for 3 wins at Monza in a pretty dominating fashion there, and that's even with a penalty, and we got the fastest lap too, so we got an extra point there for our team, so that makes me very, very happy. So, very good. Nick DeVries definitely seemed like he was slowing up the field for the majority. Yeah, because you see his best time there was a 1:26.5, whereas, let's see here, the people running behind him were running 1:26.4, I don't know, that basically is the time. Okay, so maybe he wasn't slowing it up that much, but he definitely seemed to be slowing up, when I was behind him, seemed to be slowing the field up more than he needed to, so that's definitely something we might need to work on the car or just driver. So, but anyways, definitely a good result all in all. Win, that's what I like. And we got the fastest lap too, so hey, that's even better. So, good result, that's for sure. Alright, here we go, going to the turn. Let's see, yeah, we just hit that, we hit the one turtle there that got us loose. And then just get taken out here by Daniel Ricciardo right there, so back it up here. But yeah, so we just got loose over the turtle. You can see that right about here. Yeah, just loose, so that's fine. We get back on, we're getting up to speed. For whatever reason, Daniel Ricciardo goes to the far side and then takes us out. Oh yeah, we totally lost the wings, so that's a lot of damage there that we were going to have to fix. So yeah, good thing we came in, because there was no way we were going to be able to get that fixed at all. Alright guys, so we are back here and we're about to hit a season break prior to the grand finale at the United States Grand Prix, of course, the Circuit of the Americas. So we got that. That's going to be coming up here in just a second. So one thing that we need is we need resource points. So we're going to go ahead and go in here and see what we can do. Can we buy any resource point generation stuff? And it doesn't look like we can at the moment, so that's a bit of a bummer. Plus also it's going to cost an arm and a leg to do. Let's go ahead and get these done. Race simulation. Did any of these give us resource points? Doesn't look like they do. Sponsor a team event, sponsor advertisement event, do a driver promotion, race simulations. Go ahead and see what we can do with that here. Let's go ahead and go on through just a second, just to be able to collect any resource points that we can here. Okay, we got the fuel efficiency upgrades, so that's certainly helpful.
Our new parts have been completed.
Okay, got some resource points coming in. So we could go ahead and get that started, but I think I'm going to skip that for right now. Yeah, we're going to skip spending any money at the moment just until we get to next season. But yeah, resource points is going to be ultimately the thing we got to work on here as we come to the end of the season. That's going to be interesting to see how many resource points we end up with at the end of the season. So that's going to be important. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Once again, 3 times in a row, 3 for 3 winners at Monza. That is absolutely incredible and definitely very cool for the team to be able to have that record so far. We need to work on our other tracks though, that's for sure. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you guys here next time with Florida Racing in F1. Bye-bye. Alright everyone, welcome back to Florida Racing. We are here in Texas and Austin. Boy, things are weird in Austin. But anyways, we're here for the Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix. So, we got everybody working here pretty hard. We were able to get some stuff done with practice. We were able to get one more of our R&D developments saved. Unfortunately, we are really going to be losing quite a lot, so we're going to have a lot of work to do come next year. So that's going to be a bit of a problem, it seems. But anyways, we're going to be heading out to qualifying here in just a bit. But before we do that, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Plus, also don't forget to check out the merch store, because starting today, as this video is up, you guys can get the first ever Florida Racing merchandise. That's right, so the first ever design. If you've been looking for some Florida Racing merch, it is now available. So anyways, let's get into qualifying here, and we'll see how where we start to end off the season. Let's go.
Welcome once again then to the United States Grand Prix here in the magnificent city of Austin. It was here in 2018 that Kimi Räikkönen delighted the world by winning for the first time in 114 races. There's always a record to be broken, so what, I wonder, is in store for us today? We're racing today then in Travis County, Texas, around the 20 corners of the wonderful Circuit of the Americas. We'll be reaching speeds of around 200 miles an hour, and there are plenty of good opportunities to pass, especially through the two DRS zones into turn 1 and the very long back straight into turn 12. Anthony Davidson joins me again for the race today. Now, I want to talk to you about Valtteri Bottas. They've had a fantastic campaign, it's been a wonderful year, and they come into this weekend's Grand Prix as a fully deserving champion.
It really is well deserved. I wouldn't say it's been a faultless title challenge, but certainly one that has been consistent and well managed. Here's hoping they let off a bit of steam today and give us an exciting race.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he starts from pole position. And Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, the Rainmaster, Daniel Ricciardo, and Sainz, Norris, Matsushita, Leclerc, and Nick de Vries, Albon, Ocon, Sergio Perez, and Gasly, Stroll, Kvyat, George Russell, and Kevin Magnussen. Correa, Giovinazzi, Latifi, and Romain Grosjean sits at the back of the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Alrighty guys, as you see, we are starting up in the top 5, and we also got Nick starting in the top 10, so that's pretty cool there. And also, if you haven't ever noticed, which I haven't until just now, you can see the reflection of some of our crew there on the halo bar. That's actually pretty cool. We can see behind us and see the guys standing back there. That's cool. Let's look at race strategy here. We got ourselves soft to mediums, definitely doing that strategy. We're not going to be doing the hards, because the hards are not going to work that well here at this particular track. We're going to lower our fuel mode down just a little bit. We're going to keep it up there a little bit, since we will be able to use it on the straights there, the long straights, we will be able to use that. So definitely want to keep a little bit extra in the tank to be able to use it up on the straights here at Coda. And let's get ourselves into the race. Very important. Don't wreck ourselves. That's what we gotta do. So, anyways, let's get going and go racing. Getting blocked here by Hamilton right off the bat. Gonna be to his inside ever so slightly. There we go. A little cut off, not too bad. That collision with Hamilton. What in the world? That was a Verstappen hit us. I'm not sure what that's all about. Try not to get ourselves wrecked here through the S's, my worst part of the track. As we get, totally missed my braking zone. There we go. Who do we got? We got Botas back there. Go ahead and hit standard here as we're getting ready to hit the straight. Wow, the brakes are doing nicely, that's for sure. Alright, here we go. Getting some pretty good speed down the back stretch. Go ahead and switch back to standard here. And that's basically what we're going to be doing all race. Is we're going to switch to lean through here. Is we'll be using the rich mixture on the straight. For the most part, we're going to be using lean through the S's here to keep us at our desired speed, so that's going to help us out. But yeah, because I totally don't get the speed through here. It's like, hey, we don't need to be burning extra fuel, getting the tires loose. We don't need the added power, so we're just going to keep it nice and lean. Then as we come up here, we can switch to rich. Also be using some of that DRS, or not DRS, the ERS. Go back to lean here as we're entering this. Right behind Verstappen, doing really good. And I can still see Nick DeVries, he's still in the top 10. I think he might have gained some positions, so that's sweet. But yeah, through here, I totally get this messed up, and if I'm off my sequence of hitting those, it doesn't end up well. So it's like, just no need to be using extra fuel and getting ourselves all out of shape and potentially wrecking the car. Already on standard, we'll switch to rich here. Kind of missed the turn there a little bit, but we got ourselves the ERS enabled. Got our rich fuel mixture on. Probably use it a little bit longer than we did last time. And the brakes they are doing really, really good. I mean, I haven't had brakes that have gripped this well in a while, so definitely liking that. And see, just totally missed the braking zone, so it helps having that lean there so we're not coming in at even more speed than we would need. So just managing that, and we're in third, and we've stayed in third, which I think this is going to be probably one of my better races on average here, if we can continue to do this. So you missed my little braking zone there. A little bit too close on that corner there. Alright, thank you for that, sir. So DRS is enabled. Ooh, got a little sweaty there. DRS is enabled this lap. So yeah, you can see everybody else, they can probably run like standard, if not rich through here. I'm just running the lean because you see right there, totally missed my sequence. And if I'd been going any faster, totally would have cut that corner. So we need to maximize on not getting penalties and not potentially wrecking ourselves. Now through here, we can switch to standard. Already be one fuel mixture up. We can kind of switch the rich right there as we hit this turn. Still kind of getting off on my braking zone there, and then already have ERS enabled as we're exiting that turn, so that gives us that power that we need to get the top speed down here. And switch to lean, a little bit off of my braking zone, not too bad. Much better on the braking zone, slow down zone through there. And we're keeping up with these guys, which for us is incredible. start of next year is not going to be that good. I can tell you that right now, with all of the developments we're going to have to go through as we're redoing the car. Go ahead and hit lean here. Not mean, standard. And we got DRS too, so all three of those working in tandem here. Trying to save some tire here as well if we can, but not totally obliterating it. As I said, we're still going to be using lean through here, so just... Ooh, much better. So off throttle. A little bit of brake. Yeah, car is handling good. We got the brake exactly where I need it, about 50-50. Go ahead and get into rich right through here. A little bit better there. So we still got some wear and tear on the ERS system that we need to figure out for next season, because that's starting to be more of a problem. But other than that, we're doing pretty good. As you see, we are keeping up with these guys quite well. So to the guys that put this car together, they did great. It's just my driving that's got to get worked on now. And I have been getting some extra time in the sim and definitely working as hard as I can. Yeah, Nick DeFries has definitely moved up some positions. We'll see how that goes with pit strategy and stuff. Go ahead and switch to standard here. Much better through that turn than I've been doing of late, so like that. Ooh, much better through there as well. Sweet, we got the fastest lap. And so we're approaching the pit window as our crew chief said. Honestly, I'm content to stay back here behind these guys. They're running faster than me through this section of the track, and so just if we can work somehow on pit strategy and somehow come out in front of them that way, see how the guys do on the pit stop. That could be an option. But yeah, we're doing great on fuel right now. We're going to go ahead and switch the rich through here. I think we can do that. Much better on the brakes through there. Get my DRS switched on. A little bit off of my braking zone there. My DRS switched off before my ERS did. A little interesting button confliction there. But yeah, we are actually staying with these top three guys here, which is making me very, very happy. And we're gonna do good. No penalty. Totally missed that turn where we're supposed to be, so that's not good. Much better through there. Gonna save some ERS here, let it kind of rest a bit. Totally missed my braking zone, that's okay. Still doing really, really good. Car feels nice and stable, no loosey-goosey, spinny, weird feelings like that. So as long as we keep it on that particular feel level, totally almost overdid that. That's the worst part right there, just the S's. And if you overdo them, ooh boy, penalties will start flying. So that's one thing that we have to watch out for through there. And so knowing that is like, yeah, just it's not worth it trying to go through full speed, because I don't think the car can quite handle that quite yet. Not sure why we switched down the lean there. So we didn't keep up with those guys quite as well, so we don't have DRS, which is fine. Switch off ERS there. Very good. Let's get back up to these guys here if we can. So we're wearing these tires out pretty good. Alright, yeah, that's say that that's probably actually very, very true. We're doing much better in getting onto the brakes though, so that's making me quite happy. Alright, so we have from lap 7 to lap 11 is where we're kind of wanting to hit our boxing here, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, don't have quite as much grip as I'd like there. Totally missed the braking zone. Let's see, you're gonna cycle through here real quick. Yeah, we're running those tires pretty warm. Just keep an eyeball on that one. We're gonna go ahead and do our pit stop as we said we were going to do it, because yeah, these tires are starting to concern me, and just to make sure we don't have any issues later on in the run. But we're gonna see what these guys do. Do these guys come in and pit? No, they do not. Let's stay out with them, see what we can do as I'm thinking about that now. We got two guys going on pit road. I wanted to start off on the mediums, to be honest, now that I'm thinking about that. That might have been a better strategy call. Yep, definitely losing grip, and also it's totally out of my sequence there. But compared to other races we've had here, we are having a great race, that is for sure. Go ahead and hit that lean there. Getting that braking zone down a little bit. That's the worst part, is the braking zones. Yeah, we are losing the grip that we need here. Just lightly pressing on those brakes. Actually completed something there. Practice makes perfect, so I'm not sure what that is. There's a... not sure what that was. I'm not sure that... does that mean that we're gonna get like alright, these guys are coming in, so let's go ahead and come in with them. A little bit slow there. Go ahead and run on Rich the entire time we're in here. Alright, teammates behind us, so I'm gonna double stack stuff here, but at least it's me in front this time versus him. That's kinda nice. Alright guys, let's go. Sorry about that, Nick. Actually did a pretty good job there. He's in. Nicholas Latifi. Nicholas Latifi is out here as we're running around. Gotta get these tires warmed up. So we're gonna be nice and easy through here. Get these tires warmed up good. We're not going to worry about everybody else too much here. Make sure we get these tires warmed up before we go full tilt. So the last thing we need is to go full tilt spinning around. Nice and easy, nice and easy. Yep, signs wanting to get past us there. Came out about 8th, so I mean we might have technically lost a little bit there on that strategy, but I mean honestly fine because this is one of my better races that I've had here. So just keeping things clean and keep moving stuff along is to me a great. Ooh, don't want to get underneath Ricardo here. Yeah, you see those tires aren't quite warmed up yet. Had a little bit of a spinny spin. Tried to occur there, so gotta watch for that. We got a few guys coming down pit road, so just keeping an eyeball on all of that. And Ricardo's trying to block, which is fine. Yeah, he's really trying to block there. We got past him. I think we actually might have made some rear tire contact with his front wing. So hopefully that doesn't cut down or anything. But yeah, he was really... Ooh, we're totally out of sequence. But yeah, he was really blocking hard there, which I did not appreciate. I can tell you right now. We got Botas. We're actually back in third. Alright, so we technically, I mean, we're far behind second, so we did lose some ground in that particular sense, but we're back in third, so we're right back where we started, which is sweet. I can tell you that. Yeah, so we lost several seconds there, but I mean, honestly, that's still good. I think we hurt Nick DeFries's finishing position there with the pit stop. If he works hard, though, he might be able to get that back, but just one of those things I wanted to kind of stay with the guys on strategy, and technically that worked out pretty good as I'm able to get past Ricardo there. Definitely wasn't going to let... Yeah, he doesn't like me for some reason. I'm not sure what it is, but yeah, he has definitely got something against me. Because I think that's the... He drove me pretty hard. He didn't spin me out this time, so I guess the F1 officials gave him a talking to, so that's nice. Ooh, almost lost it there. Go ahead and get back into lean as we hit the S's. So technically we have a little bit extra weight on the car versus everybody else, which actually might be helping us grip-wise. Because usually we're at a little bit of a lower tank and we got a little bit more spin going on, so technically this extra weight here might be helping us out, all things considered, which if so, that's a good thing to keep in mind for the future. A little bit rough into our braking zone there, not the best one. Corner cutting. Yep, we got it. I don't know what corner cutting they were talking about there. Whatever. That rear tire's doing a little spin, so just keep an eyeball on that. Alright, hit ourselves on which 3. Setting 3, I'm not sure. Very good, nice and easy through there. But yeah, we got ourselves on lean through here. That still seems to be working out for us really good. So we kind of go off throttle through there, a little bit back on throttle, then off throttle. Yeah, so I was just out of... Yeah, so closing in on him a little bit there, but yeah, that definitely helps out with the sequencing of how I turn. Is just off throttle there a bit, and having it on the lower fuel setting really helps us out. Okay, nice and easy, nice and easy, nice and easy. Use that ERS. We don't have DRS, so that's probably hurting us a little bit. We still have the fastest lap time, which with everybody else on mediums is probably going to keep us there. Okay, that's, yeah, I can see where that's a little bit close now. So we are cutting that corner a little bit on the close side, so we need to keep an eyeball on that one and try not to do that as much. As I said, west area, right through here, S's. We do pretty good through this particular section as long as we hit the sequencing right, but yeah, we can get the penalties really bad through here if we're not careful. And then S's obviously is just all getting the sequence just right on how I want to hit those. And I still haven't figured those out yet, so. We're using it pretty good there, mate. Right, much better through there. We didn't totally gas up on that one section. That kept us nice and even. It's right through here. Off throttle, on throttle. A little bit off throttle there, which we didn't hit quite right. Go ahead and hit us back on Rich. Oh, we're actually catching Verstappen. So, I mean, can we get enough speed to get these guys caught? I really don't think so, unless they have a major profile. Alright, good. We didn't cut that corner. Just got to make sure that we don't. That's the thing. A little bit off on my entry to the corner there. Way off on that entry. Pretty good through there. I totally missed that. We saved ourselves just barely on that one. I think we should just be content with where we're at. Yeah, well, final lap, yeah, we're totally just gonna be content with where we're at here. No need to push things because I don't want penalties. I don't want to crash. Because we're in third, which is going to be a great finish for us here at our home track. So, yeah, we're just going to take it nice and easy. Yep, that's fine. That's fine. Just make sure. Totally missed that. These guys are hitting 3 here, so. Make sure we get away from them. Make sure we don't get ourselves spun off of Ricardo's nose again. Ooh, nice turn through there. There it is, Lewis Hamilton is your winner. And we have just got ourselves a podium at Circuit of the Americas. Whew.
So the celebrations begin. Well earned they are indeed. It may have looked simple at times, but as any racing driver can tell you, competing at this level, at the very top, is anything but simple. There's no catching them now then. We have a new World Drivers' Champion. It's been a roller coaster season then, but they can go into the winter with their heads held high after an emphatic victory here today. Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today. wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
It's got to be Lewis Hamilton. I mean, he pulled off some impressive feats out on the track today, even by his standards.
The Constructors' Championship may be a foregone conclusion at the moment, but regardless, let's look at the standings. It's another clear win for Mercedes as they managed to secure the Constructors' title. An incredible performance for the whole team. Another team that excelled today was Williams, who make further progress up the table. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Alright guys, so there you go, 16 points plus also the extra fastest lap points, and we also improved our position, went from 4th to 3rd, so overall great race and consistent too there. I mean, you can see that's a really fast time there. Obviously we weren't that consistent time-wise because obviously we finished all the way in the back, but still worked out to be a great race, and definitely like that, as this is definitely not one of my best tracks, like at all, not good at all. Nick DeVries did end up falling. That's probably honestly our fault due to the pit stacking, but still he did a good job and is able to stay up in the top 15 compared to falling back, so that's certainly nice. And then of course Nicholas Latifi there had his DNF, so a bad day for him overall. And then of course luckily we were able to beat out Daniel Ricciardo, which I'm very happy about. So let's take a look at the where we finish off in the standings. There we go, 10th in the drivers standings. Nick DeVries is in 6th, the last guy with a point. So you see there Kevin Magnussen, Nicholas Latifi, Roman Grosjean, George Russell, Juan Manuel Carrera, and Antonio Giovinazzi. All those guys no points. So we are, yeah, so there's only 3 teams that did not score, and we are not among them, which is great. And you see there, right there, we get 44 points on the season, beating out BWT Racing, AlphaTauri, so we end up in the top 6 of teams, just under Ferrari. Ferrari did not have a good season, as you can see there, as they got beat out by McLaren and Renault, so McLaren needs to work on that. Ferrari needs to work on that. But still, really good race, and we'll see you in the office here in just a bit, and we'll see what stuff we have going on for next season. See you there. Alrighty guys, so we are back here. We got ourselves several things we're going to get done. So title sponsor, venue meeting, podium celebration, absolutely get that done with the all the guys there. Let's see here, actually no, let's see. Go ahead and remove that activity right there. We'll get ourselves a chassis team building thing. We'll go ahead and do that. Get our second driver tour going, and also do our podium. Oh, I forgot. I was going to put that right here. There we go. Put that right there. And then put the sponsored event right there. So there we go. Alright, let's see if there's any of the R&D work that we can get done here. I'm going to expect not. Ooh, we can get that done. Let's get that adapted. Just get what we can. Alright, go ahead and move the season forward here. Got some more resource points.
Our new parts have been completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
Go ahead and get whatever parts we can get done here taken care of. Go ahead and get that adapted. There we go. Just try and get as many of these parts adapted as possible. We done a pretty good job. There's just a few that we've missed that we're going to have to work on, but I think that should hopefully help us in the next season. Let's go ahead and start the season break. Alright, so there we go. I'm going to go ahead and skip any training for the moment here. Got all those going for us. We got some. Go ahead and move on here for a second. There we go. We got some more resource points. Going to try and keep this going as long as we can. Alrighty, so there we go. We do have Nick DeVries, who has gained a ton of experience, I do have to say, more than I had thought he had. He still has a lot of he doesn't have very good experience still. He's at 59. Everything else is like 92, 98, 95. So I mean, he's good. So let's go to the market here. So looking at what we don't have to do any buyout of him, so that's helpful. But he is 8.02 million. He's going to expect more after that season, which honestly he hasn't done that good. He did good, but I'm not sure 8 million's quite what he's worth. And then we're looking at Nicholas Latifi there. We got Giovinazzi. So we got all of these guys. Let's see here. Anybody up the ladder? So there we go. So 24 million is Lewis Hamilton. 19.57 million is Max. Daniel Ricciardo. Definitely not hiring him, that's for sure. But just looking at the value, technically we're getting a pretty good steal, honestly, now that I'm looking at that, for Nick DeVries. But we also have Juan Manuel Carrera, who we've worked with before. But then also there's, let's see here, where are you? This guy right here. Mr. Mick Schumacher that I've been looking at. And look at that, he already has a really good pace for what he already has. He doesn't have the great experience stat, but we know for sure that we can get him really cheap, no buyout. And also, he has a lot of room to grow as we continue to work on our cars, get those to where they need to be. And we can have hopefully a good long relationship with him. So that's honestly where I want to go. So that's kind of where we're at here. So let me go ahead and get this done real quick as we continue to look at that. We got these nice R&D stuff, so let's go back over here. Get these upgrades done for sure. There we go. We got 400 points left. Anything that we can get done for that. I'm not thinking so unless there's anything over here. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get basic go ahead and get our engine durability done. There we go. Alright, so there we go. We got a lot more parts there saved. So we're going to come back to this in the next video. Then we got a press interview, and then we have the end of the season, final results, and then sponsors and all that. And we will work on this when we come back. So anyways, guys, we got that going on. But as you see, I mean, the experience is really low for whatever reason. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. But, yeah. So anyways, that's kind of what I'm thinking. And also that would save us a whole lot of money to be able to put into our departments and stuff. Because, I mean, that's what? That's about 5.5 million that would be left on the table for us, especially since we're probably going to have to up his offers. So yeah, just thinking that through, it's like, yep, that's kind of what I'm going to want to do. So we'll get that done in the next season, and we'll probably see the next race there as well. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys here next time. Plus also, don't forget to check out that merch. The designs right there. It looks pretty good, right? I think so. And we will see you guys here next time. Make sure to like and subscribe. And Frodo Racing will be back for Season 4. Bye-bye.